Voila, a website. Now some content, a background, a navbar, some messenger icon, and what about some pink cars? Yeah, that's great. But now I want to make my icon pink as well. Where was it? Okay, this is getting too messy for me, especially if I want to add more content later. An easy solution to this would be if I could divide my web page into its individual components and have these components in their own files. We will do this by using different shadow roots, or else known as shadow DOMs. The current root of our project is in the HTML tag of our index.html script. A shadow root is therefore just a different root inside the main root. Let's see how it works. First, let's create a new folder called components. Then we add a JavaScript file for our navbar. The first thing that this file should do is to create a new HTML element. These template elements are used for creating a shadow DOM or shadow root within the main DOM, which is exactly what we want. We save this template in a variable to be able to modify its inner HTML. This is where we put all of the styles for our navbar and the HTML. Since of course the HTML is now unreadable because it's in a string, I recommend you download this extension for markup within a string. It of course isn't the perfect solution, but it's basically the only way to work with components. A general tip from me would be to start by coding the component within the standard files and only moving it to your component script when it's complete. This component we're currently setting up can also be defined as a custom element. We will now use some more JavaScript to actually render this component. First, we initialize a class which extends a basic HTML element, which just means that it behaves like a DOM element. In this, we need a constructor with a super function, which makes this element behave like an actual HTML element. After which, we call the connected callback function, one of 4 different lifecycle callback functions that make sure that the following code is only executed when it's connected to the DOM. Now we'll attach the shadow root and append the nav template to the root. This mode closed just means that it's hidden to any kind of JavaScript outside this shadow root. You could also make it open, it wouldn't matter in this example. Lastly, you can define the new custom element which will render our shadow root on the page. There's one more thing to do though, we have to link the navbar components file and put the new custom element where the navbar was. And we can do the same thing for our little messenger thing here. Just add the boilerplate for a component, add the CSS and HTML and link the component in our index.html. But how do you add JavaScript to your component? For that, I have made the cards into a component as well. The JavaScript that these use has to simply be put underneath all the shadow root stuff into the connected callback function. It is important to remember that the cards we were getting from the document now come from the shadow root. So we have to replace document here with shadow root. So, this is a very fast and easy way to implement components into plain HTML, CSS and JavaScript, ensuring your projects stay organized. Have fun trying it yourself.